Hello all you amazing people, and welcome back to another episode of Adventures in R31 Land. Today we are going to be working in the bonnet for a change. I don't know why I said that. I'm always working in the bonnet. So today what we're actually going to be doing is, having issues, I've mentioned this before, having issues when I plug the O2 sensor in, that it runs like a dog, basically. No two ways about it. Runs really rich, floody, kind of just stupid carry-on. One thing that was suggested to me was potentially the airflow meter. I have cleaned my previous airflow meter, but it was suggested to get another one that I know is working and try that with the O2 sensor, because apparently they can kind of counteract each other and basically cause issues. So I've gotten a reconditioned one that came out of a working motor. It came out of a working car. So I've put that in so that I know everything is going well, because it's been running just without the O2 sensor for a while. It has been running on a really rich map. So basically when you unplug the O2 sensor, the ECU goes to a default mapping. That default mapping is very rich. As a result, my plugs are very, very fouled, which I'll put a photo here so you can see what they look like at the moment. I'm cleaning them so they then look like this. Until they're clean, I'm not going to run it because it's just going to run like shit anyway. So cleaning all the plugs. So to clean the plugs, I have to actually take all the air intake off, which I have done down here. So this piece that sits there, all this shit has to get off out of the way because you have to get to the plugs in here. You can do it with it on, but it's a pain in the ass, so just easier if you take that off. The other reason I'm taking that off, put that down out of the way. The other reason I'm taking that off is I'm actually going to be putting the PRP dress-up bolts on here. Have had them for a long time, just haven't actually gotten around to putting them on. So new airflow meter is in, O2 sensor is connected. Going to clean plugs here and put these in, put the PRP bolts in while the air intake off, and it's easy to get to. Once that's done, get up to temperature, idle it for a little bit, get up to temperature, check the timing, because with all that on, apart from the fact that I've had the power from the ECU to reset the ECU, now that I've got the airflow and the O2 in, just thought, reset the ECU, kind of let it settle into itself with the two plugs, with the two sensors plugged in together. As a result, it's kind of going to do a few little things. So let it idle for a bit, let it kind of pick up all the sensors, get itself working properly. I'll check the timing, make sure the timing's all good, because having those on may affect the timing as well. Check the timing's all good, and then we'll take it for a little bit of a drive. Still waiting to get an alignment done, so I don't want to drive it too far, but with the O2 sensor in, literally the second I go under load, I can tell it's shit because it just dies, basically, or runs like shit and doesn't want to move. So literally the second I go to move it, it'll literally take me 3 seconds and I'll be able to tell if there's any difference or not. So just around the block will be enough for me to kind of go, yep, it's working, no, it's not. Yeah, that's right. So we're going to get into the plugs. So they are absolutely filthy. You'll see from the photos, the before and afters. So yeah, let's get into the plugs, get them done. And then, yeah, let's give it a start and see how she goes. Okay, so spark plugs are all done. The gap on them was way too narrow. It was down to about a 0.8, 0.9. It really should be a 1.1 gap for these Iridium plugs. I'm running the NGK Iridium plugs. Yeah, gap was way too low on them, which wouldn't be helping because it'd be a colder spark, so wouldn't be igniting as well. They were absolutely filthy. Just carbon though, nothing else. So it was just, yeah, unburnt fuel. Just gross. So I've given them a good clean. As you can see, before and afters, I'll put up in the top here somewhere. Yeah, look a lot better. Gapped them all to 1.1, popped them back in. Now I'm going to do the PRP bolts. So at the moment I've got little Phillips head ones on there. I'm going to be going to the PRP dress-up bolts, which look a lot prettier. They're a hex head bolt, which looks a little bit neater. I don't know if it's going to be able to see it on there, but I'll do a before and after photo of what they look like anyway. I'll do a comparison of a couple of them side by side here. So the old ones are just Phillips heads that I've kind of, may or may not have been the right ones that I made work. that's the old bolts that I had on there. So that was actually the rubber grommet that was on the head originally. It's kind of a bit out of shape at the moment. I had some, that's actually the bolts. I can't remember what I ended up using. I ended up finding little shoulder bolts that I could use that did the same job. But this is the new PRPs, little dress-up bolts, look a little bit neater and nicer, a little bit fancier. Unfortunately, turns out that these rubber grommets, so I repainted the whole rocket cover. Turns out the paint has obviously heated at some point and stuck to the rubber grommets. Yeah, so it doesn't look as neat as it possibly would have if the whole thing was still purple and didn't have the little silver bits now where the paint's pulled off, but is what it is. So that's been done. I'll put the intake back together. I'll give it a start now that all the plugs and stuff are all done. Make sure she's all going okay. It's getting a little bit late now, so I probably won't run it. No, I'll probably run it and do the timing now. Why the hell not? We got it there, so I'll give the timing and go now. If I do, you'll see it in this video because I'll be coming up right next. Yeah, look a lot better with these. Looks a lot neater with the PRP bolts. Looks a lot nicer and cleaner. When I get a chance, probably won't be until I do the turbo conversion. I'll take the rocket cover off completely because when I do that, I'm going to do the new head bolts, head gasket and stuff. So that's all going to come off when I do that anyway. It currently just has the head. It doesn't have head studs. It has head bolts. So when I do the turbo, I'm going to get the ARP head studs a little bit stronger and a better head gasket for it as well. I'm going to get the metal head gasket just to make it a little bit stronger when I put the turbo on. So the head and stuff will come off when I do that anyway. So I'll probably repaint the rocket cover when that happens. Clean up all the seats for these and put them back on nice and neat. Yeah, outside of that. So let's get it back together. Try and get the timing done tonight and see how it runs. And yeah, go from there. Alright, so completely forgot to record an outro for this video. As you can see, when I started doing the timing, it was just a little bit off. It was sitting up plus 30 degrees before top dead center, so way, way, way too advanced, getting into like pre-detonation kind of territory. Prior to that, I usually have it set around 17 to 19 degrees. I think 17 is what the stock is. I usually have about 19 degrees, give or take. But yeah, 30 plus 30 degrees is way too advanced. That's getting into kind of dangerous territory. Only thing I can put it down to is obviously with the MAF sensor and the O2 sensor now connected together, the ECU's kind of had a bit of a wig out. I did bring it back to around 17 degrees, let the car warm up. It did drop a little bit, went down about 15-ish degrees. I brought it back up, so it's sitting now warm at about 19 degrees. It's a little bit advanced just to help with the performance a bit, but running so much better. I actually took it for a run today to go and get the wheel alignment done. Yeah, a lot more punchy. It's actually pulling a lot more through the rev range as well. Normally to get to sort of 3.5 and start flatlining. I'm second gear, pulling through 4,000 revs, and it's still pulling 80, 90k an hour, and easily, and just loving it. So yeah, really looking forward to Saturday, which is actually 2 days time. Take it down the wet pen and give it a proper run. Alignment's done. The car's ready to go, basically. Just waiting for some harness brackets to turn up for the middle harness, like the crutch harness on the 5-point, the center middle one over your crutch. Just waiting for some brackets for those to turn up, which should be today, I'm expecting. Outside of that, yeah, she's all good to go. Even if those don't turn up, not the end of the world. Yeah, she's done. She's ready. Saturday's going to be the trial. Yeah, really excited. Really excited. I think it's going to be a big difference with the angle kit, the harnesses, and the seats on the wet pan. I think it's going to be a massive difference. And now that it's actually running properly too, is going to be a huge change for me. So really looking forward to it. As always, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment below if you want to see anything or you like what you're watching. Don't like what you're watching, let me know, because I'm recording this stuff. You know, I want stuff you guys are interested in watching. So if you're not enjoying it, let me know, and I'll change it up however's we need to make it more enjoyable for you guys. New merch coming soon. Links down below if you want to catch any of the old merch or videos, photos from any past events. That's all down below as well if you want to find out. I will be dropping a video in the next couple of days for the Women in Drifting event as well. There's some amazing things coming out. Picking up some merch hopefully on Saturday as well for that. So there'll be a few little sneak peeks next week on that. Some stickers turn up today as well. Some massive things happening, guys. Really excited. Some exciting stuff coming in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, keep an eye out. New website launching soon. A whole bunch of stuff going on. So I will be doing a more in-depth video on it. A little bit longer. I'll probably chapter it up so you can jump to the bits that interest you. Yeah. Until next time, I will see you out on the track. Have an amazing time. See you later.